just wanted to share a little win for the being a zebra, sticking my head above the parapet lark. Yesterday I had this event, and of course I knew that it would, I knew it was coming weeks before, and I was like, yeah, I know what I'm going to be doing. I'll sort it out. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Obviously, I left it till the last couple of days. And then unfortunately, in those couple of days, my brain decided to stop working. And it happens when I get into the second half of my luteal phase. When I'm about 3 or 4 days away from my period, my brain just goes, not doing this, no. And so for the day or so before, we had like a pre-meeting about 2 days before, and I was like, what? How many slides do we have? What? You know, and I was just honest with the other few people involved in this event, you know, planning this event. It's like, my brain isn't working. I need the minimum instructions, please, what to do. Managed to get the bare minimum done. But what I normally like to do when I'm doing some sort of, you know, presentation, public speaking, is, you know, I write a script, but then I learn it. You know, I learn it like an actor learning lines so that I can speak in a meaningful way. Not like this stuff that I'm doing where I'm saying every 3 seconds. Sorry, that's just how I talk as an autistic person, so live with it. So yeah, it's you know, it's a lot more kind of flowing and together and less rambly. But I just couldn't do it, and I got to the afternoon before, couldn't do it. Got to the evening thinking, oh, it's fine, I'll just read it through, couldn't do it. I recorded it thinking, oh, I'll fall asleep, it'll go into my unconscious mind, couldn't do it. Woke up in the morning, I couldn't do it. And not only could I not learn the script, but I also was going to be asked a load of questions, you know, because I was on like a panel. And I was supposed to be looking at these questions and prepping, because sometimes I do struggle in the moment. You know, I definitely get blank moments. You know, I call them Menno moments, but who knows? It could be an ADHD moment or whatever. So I was supposed to be doing all this prep, but my brain was like, so I got up yesterday morning, and I thought, right, I'm going to go to the gym, and I'm going to get my energy flowing. This will work. So, so my alarm went off at 5, so I'd have time to go to the gym. And I ended up rolling out of bed at 6, like an angry drunk. Honestly, I don't know about you, but the hormones in my head when they're really heavy, it is like being drunk. Like I hardly ever drink. You know, I certainly hadn't been drinking that before. But they're like swimming around, and I literally am staggering, and I'm so thick-headed, and I'm so dehydrated. I don't know how it works, but it feels like a couple of days before a period, like any fluids that I take in at all, it's like, you know, a tsunami where the sea sort of sucks up beforehand. I think it's to make sure there's enough fluid for the actual blood to flow out. You know, sorry if this is TMI, but I was so dehydrated, my head was throbbing, and I couldn't think straight, and I thought, oh no, this is a nightmare. Dragged myself to the gym and just basically did 20 minutes of trudging, and then went, oh, forget that. Came back and stood under a really hot shower for quite a long time to try and wake up. Ate a load of protein, try and wake up. Ate some carbs to try and wake up. And all this time I was walking around the kitchen like half dressed, holding this script and these questions. Could not do it. And I got to the point where I was trying to put my makeup on, and I thought, right, fuck this. I'm supposed to be showing up authentically as a neurodivergent business owner. And so I'm just going to show up and tell them what's happened. So I went there, and I said to them, guys, I said, I'm going to be real with you, you know, because this is part of the adventure of running your own business, is that although we're lucky, you know, and to a large degree we can plan according to our cycles, and we can choose when events happen. You know, public speaking events, things that you're asked to do, you just kind of have to show up and do them on whatever date suits the organizer. And I said, you know, I've got to be honest, my brain hasn't been working for the last couple of days. I've got this script for this presentation, the slides and things, but I cannot my brain is not functioning enough, so I'm going to have to read it to you. And the reason this has happened is because I'm late in my luteal phase, and I literally said to them, and I rolled out of bed this morning at 6 a.m. like an angry drunk, and trying to get here, and wearing actual clothes has been like herding cats. And I said, but I am here in actual clothes, and that trust me is my first big victory of the day. And fortunately everybody laughed and got it, and then I just read the script, and that went down well, and it was fine. And then by the time we got to the questions, I was relaxed and I was in the flow, and other people had said stuff which had started firing my brain up and everything, and it was a really nice event. And I did have something valuable to contribute, and I was able to answer questions, and it was all good. But I was very proud of myself for showing up, because there was quite a lot of men there, and saying to these businessmen, I am about to go on my period and I have no brain, so deal with it. Because I think, this is what we forget in business, is that it's people doing business with people. And in management, if you're running an organisation, you are human and you are managing other humans who have natural bodily processes and natural cycles. And I think if you ignore that, then you're never going to get optimum performance out of your team. Anyway, I'm not going to go all businessy on you. But anyway, I'm really proud of myself for showing up authentically as a neurodivergent business owner, just embracing my lovely zebra self. I was actually wearing a zebra blazer. I'll have to find a picture of that on social media and post it here if I can. So yeah, so hopefully that inspires you guys to start going out there and being Zen zebras yourselves.